Before we begin our journey through the Gajendra Mokṣa Stotram, let us pause for just a moment and ask ourselves a simple question. Why has this ancient story been cherished for thousands of years? Why does it continue to speak directly to our lives even today? The story. At first glance, Gajendra Mokṣa appears to be a simple story. An elephant king walks into a beautiful lotus lake. A crocodile attacks him. A long struggle follows. Finally, the elephant raises his trunk toward heaven and prays to the Lord. And the Lord comes. The elephant is rescued. Simple, or so it seems. The hidden meaning. But the sages tell us that this story is not merely about an elephant. It is about us. Gajendra represents every one of us. Like Gajendra, we begin life full of confidence. We trust our strength, our knowledge, our possessions, our family, our accomplishments, our plans. We sincerely believe that these will provide lasting security and happiness. The crocodile. Then, sooner or later, the crocodile appears. For one person, it may be illness. For another, loss. For another, fear, anxiety, aging, uncertainty, or simply the quiet awareness of mortality itself. The crocodile takes many forms, but its message is always the same. Worldly strength alone is not enough. The great turning point. At first, like Gajendra, we struggle with all our might. We depend upon our intelligence, our determination, our effort. And indeed, effort is necessary. But life eventually presents us with questions that cannot be answered by wealth, by status, by power, or even by intellectual knowledge alone. And it is precisely at that moment that this story takes its remarkable turn. As Gajendra's physical strength begins to fail, something far greater begins to awaken. Spiritual wisdom. The struggle outside becomes a search within. The crisis becomes an opportunity for awakening. The elephant's cry becomes a prayer. And that prayer becomes one of the most profound spiritual hymns found anywhere in the Bhagavata Purana. Why it matters. What makes this prayer especially meaningful is that it speaks the very language of the Upaniṣads. It teaches us about pure consciousness, the source of the universe, the witness within, the limitations of the ego, the transforming power of surrender, the reality of Brahman, and finally, liberation itself. The symbolism. Every element of this story speaks to our own spiritual journey. The elephant is the struggling soul. The crocodile is bondage and ignorance. The lake is the ever-changing world of experience. The prayer is spiritual inquiry. The Lord's arrival is divine grace. And liberation is the discovery of our own true nature. Personal invitation. As we journey together through this presentation, I invite you to look beyond the outer story. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. Where am I in this story? Am I the confident Gajendra joyfully entering the lotus lake? Am I the struggling Gajendra fighting the crocodile? Am I the exhausted Gajendra searching for a deeper meaning? Or am I becoming the awakened Gajendra who finally discovers the power of surrender and the truth of the self? Closing. With that reflection, let us begin our journey through the timeless wisdom of the Gajendra Mokṣa Stotram. May its wisdom lead us from struggle to surrender, from surrender to knowledge, and from knowledge to liberation. Let us begin.